Do you truly believe in your potential? Or do you find yourself doubting whether you're capable of achieving your dreams? It's easy to get stuck in the cycle of self-doubt, to let the weight of the world convince you that you're not enough, that success is for others, not you. But what if the only thing standing between you and the life you want is the belief that you can actually achieve it? Every day, people just like you settle for less because they don't believe in themselves. They think their dreams are too big, too impossible, and that they're not worthy of success. Phew. But here's the truth. Belief is the most powerful tool you have. It's the first step to unlocking your true potential. Without belief, you're paralyzed by fear. You hesitate, second guess, and remain stuck in a loop of inaction. But when you believe in yourself, everything changes. Think about it. Every success story, every person who has ever made it to the top started with one simple belief that they could. They didn't have all the answers. They didn't know exactly how they would get there, but they believed it was possible. And that belief gave them the strength to take the first step, and then the next, and then the next. They didn't wait for the world to tell them they were ready. They decided for themselves that they were enough, that they deserved the life they wanted. Now I want you to stop for a moment and think, what if you allowed yourself to believe? What if you truly embraced the idea that you are capable of achieving anything you set your mind to? How would your life look if you walked through each day with the confidence that your potential is limitless? The moment you make the choice to believe, you set yourself free. Free from self-doubt. Free from the constant questioning of your abilities. Free from the belief that success is for others and not you. This mindset shift doesn't require perfection, and it doesn't require waiting until everything is lined up perfectly. Belief doesn't come from knowing all the answers. It comes from trusting that you can figure it out along the way. You don't need to be perfect to succeed. You just need to believe that you're worthy of success, that you have the ability to make things happen. And once you believe, opportunities will begin to appear where you once saw only obstacles. So ask yourself, how much longer will you wait to believe in yourself? The longer you delay, the longer you stay stuck. But if you start today, if you make the conscious decision to believe, everything can begin to change. Right now, in this very moment, you have the power to take control of your future. You just have to choose to believe. So just have to choose to believe. And when you do, you'll see that nothing is impossible. You are capable of more than you think. But first, you have to believe. Now that you've chosen to believe in your potential, the next step is to embrace failure. Not as something to avoid, but as an essential part of the journey. Failure is not the end of the road. It's a powerful teacher showing you where you need to grow, where you need to push harder, and where you need to adjust your path. Most people fear failure because they see it as a sign of weakness, a reason to quit. But what if failure was never meant to stop you? What if instead it was a sign that you are daring to push past your comfort zone, that you are on the verge of greatness? The truth is, without failure, there can be no progress. Every great achievement, every breakthrough, every success story is built on a foundation of failure. The people who succeed are not the ones who never fell. They are the ones who got up every time they did. They understood that failure doesn't define them, it refines them. It shapes them into someone stronger, wiser, and more determined. You cannot be afraid of failing if you want to grow. You need to change your relationship with failure and start seeing it for what it truly is. An opportunity to learn, adapt, and come back even stronger. Every time you fail, you get closer to success. Failure reveals your weaknesses, but it also highlights your strengths. It teaches you resilience, patience, and perseverance. It challenges you to keep going, to try again, and to not let setbacks discourage you. When you embrace failure, you stop fearing it. You begin to welcome it as a natural part of the process. The moment you stop seeing failure as something to avoid, you will start making real progress. You will start moving forward, no matter what obstacles come your way. What you need to understand is this: failing is not a reflection of your worth or your ability to succeed. It's a reflection of your willingness to try, to take risks, to step outside of what feels comfortable. And every time you take that step, you grow. Every time you push through the fear of failure, you develop the courage to face even bigger challenges. Success is not a straight line. It's a series of ups and downs, twists and turns, but with each fall, you rise again, stronger, more determined, and more capable. The path to greatness is filled with failure. It's not easy, and it's not meant to be. If it were easy, everyone would do it. But you are different. You are someone who refuses to give up, who sees failure as part of the process, not the end of the journey. When you embrace failure, you embrace growth. You embrace the struggle, knowing that it is in those moments that you are becoming the person you are meant to be. So instead of fearing failure, make it your ally. Let it fuel your growth and let it drive you forward. You are stronger than you think, and every failure you face will only take you one step closer to the success you deserve. You have the power to change your life, but change requires a shift in how you view yourself and the world around you. Perfection is an illusion, and the pursuit of it often leads to frustration, burnout, and self-doubt. The moment you stop chasing perfection, you open the door to progress. The path to success isn't about doing everything flawlessly. It's about doing something consistently, no matter how imperfect it may seem. Perfection keeps you stuck. Progress moves you forward. When you focus too much on being perfect, you waste time waiting for the right moment, or for everything to align perfectly before you take action. You get caught in an endless loop of overthinking, second-guessing, and making excuses. But the truth is, that perfect moment never comes. The only thing that matters is the progress you make every single day, no matter how small it seems. Every step forward, no matter how imperfect, is a step closer to your goal. And that is where the real power lies. In the pursuit of progress, you learn to embrace the messy, unpredictable nature of life. You accept that things won't always go as planned. But that's okay, because every setback, every mistake, every challenge is part of your growth. The key is to keep moving forward, even when things aren't perfect. You don't need to have everything figured out right now. You just need to take the next step and keep going. This shift in focus allows you to release the pressure of trying to be perfect and instead focus on building momentum. When you focus on progress, you begin to see the small victories that lead to bigger successes. Each accomplishment, no matter how minor, reinforces the belief that you are capable, that you are on the right path. Progress gives you the confidence to keep going, to push through the obstacles, and to trust that you are moving closer to your dreams with every action you take. The journey to your goals will never be a straight line. It will be filled with ups and downs, twists and turns, but that's exactly what makes it beautiful. The imperfection of the journey is what makes it worth it. When you stop trying to be perfect, you stop holding yourself back, you stop waiting for the right circumstances and start creating them. Progress is the true measure of success. It's about how far you've come, not how perfectly you did it. So let go of the need for perfection and embrace the idea of progress. Celebrate each step forward, no matter how small, and trust that every action you take is moving you closer to the life you want. You don't need to wait for everything to be perfect. You just need to take action. In the end, it's not about how perfect your journey is, but how much you've grown along the way. And with each step, you will continue to evolve into the person you were always meant to be. Every single thing you want in life is within your reach, but it starts with taking full responsibility for where you are right now. The moment you take ownership of your circumstances, you reclaim your power. You stop seeing yourself as a victim of life's challenges, and instead you become the architect of your own destiny. It's easy to blame others, to point fingers at the world, your family, or even your past for where you are. But when you do that, you hand over your power to someone or something else. You let external forces control your future. Taking responsibility is not about blaming yourself or feeling guilty. It's about understanding that you hold the keys to your future. No one else can determine your success or failure except you. The decisions you make, the actions you take, the way you react to life's ups and downs, that is all within your control. Once you accept this, you free yourself from the mental chains that keep you stuck in a cycle of excuses and regret. You may not have control over every situation, but you always have control over how you respond. And that response is what shapes your life. When you take responsibility for your choices, you stop waiting for things to change on their own. You realize that the only way to create the life you want is by making the decisions that align with your goals, no matter how difficult or uncomfortable they may be. This mindset shift is powerful. It forces you to confront your fears, your habits, and your beliefs. It pushes you to ask yourself the hard questions. What have I been avoiding? What actions have I been procrastinating on? What's holding me back from taking the next step? When you take responsibility, you face those questions head on. You stop making excuses and start taking action. This shift also frees you from the need for external validation. You no longer wait for someone to give you permission to succeed. You don't need the world to tell you it's okay to go after your dreams. You know deep down that you have the ability to create the life you want. And when you take responsibility, you step into that power by taking ownership of your life. You move from being passive to active. You stop allowing life to happen to you and start creating the life you want. Every choice you make, no matter how small, is a step towards the person you want to become. And the more responsibility you take, the more control you have. This shift is a game changer. It's the difference between feeling stuck and feeling empowered. It's the difference between wishing for a better life and actually creating one. By taking responsibility, you stop waiting for the perfect moment or the perfect circumstances. You stop blaming the world for your struggles and start focusing on what you can do to overcome them. You realize that you are in charge of your life, and that's the most powerful realization you can have. You've taken responsibility for your life, but now it's time to shift your thinking entirely. Most people live in a world of scarcity, believing that there's never enough time, never enough money, never enough opportunities. This mindset keeps them trapped in a constant cycle of fear and anxiety. They believe that in order for them to succeed, someone else must fail. But the truth is, the world is abundant and the opportunities are endless if only you open your eyes to them. The moment you make the shift from a scarcity mindset to an abundance mindset, everything changes. You stop competing and start collaborating. You stop feeling threatened by the success of others and start celebrating it, knowing that their success does not take anything away from yours. This shift frees you from the shackles of comparison and jealousy. You begin to understand that there is more than enough for everyone. Your dreams, your goals, your success are not limited by the world around you. They are limited only by the beliefs you hold about what is possible. An abundance mindset changes the way you approach everything in your life. It changes the way you see opportunities, challenges, and even failures. Instead of viewing obstacles as roadblocks, you see them as stepping stones, as necessary parts of the journey. You realize that every setback is just an opportunity for growth. Every difficulty is a chance to learn, adapt, and become better. When you embrace abundance, you stop focusing on what you lack and start focusing on what you can create. You stop waiting for life to give you what you want, and you start creating it yourself. This shift in thinking doesn't just affect your professional life. It changes your relationships, your health, your happiness. You stop holding on to resentment, fear, and negativity. You realize that there's enough love, enough support, enough peace to go around. You start giving more, knowing that the more you give, the more you'll receive. You begin to understand that success is not a zero-sum game. There is always enough for everyone, and when you operate from a place of abundance, you attract more into your life. When you start living with an abundance mindset, you realize that there are no limits to what you can achieve. The only limits that exist are the ones you place on yourself. By changing your thoughts and shifting your perspective, you unlock a world of possibilities. You begin to see opportunities where others see problems. You take risks without fear of failure, because you know that even in failure, there is growth, there is learning, and there is always a chance to try again. This mindset shift is powerful, and it has the potential to transform every aspect of your life. Once you embrace the idea that there is always enough time, enough opportunities, enough success, you will stop holding yourself back. You will stop living in fear and start living with confidence, knowing that the world is full of limitless possibilities just waiting for you to claim them. The moment you adopt this shift, your life will begin to unfold in ways you never imagined. All it takes is the willingness to believe that abundance is your birthright. Time is your most valuable asset, and yet it's the one thing most people waste without a second thought. How many hours have you spent scrolling, procrastinating, or allowing distractions to pull you away from your true potential? The truth is, time doesn't wait for anyone. Every minute that passes is a minute you can never get back. And the moment you realize this, you take back control over your life, Azad. You take back control over your life. You stop letting time slip away and start investing it wisely. The way you spend your time today shapes your future tomorrow. Every decision you make, every action you take is a step toward the life you want to create. The difference between those who achieve greatness and those who don't is how they value their time. Those who succeed understand that time is precious, and they guard it fiercely. They prioritize what matters most and eliminate the distractions that prevent them from moving forward. And so, must you. Stop thinking you have all the time in the world, because you don't. The clock is always ticking, and the opportunity to take action is always now. Time doesn't wait for you to feel ready. If you want to create the life you desire, you must act with urgency. You must treat each day as a gift, knowing that you can never recapture the moments you waste. You don't need to have everything figured out right now, but you must start. The moment you begin to value your time, you begin to value your life. When you shift your focus to what truly matters, you will begin to make better decisions about how you spend your time. No more procrastination. No more waiting for the perfect moment to take action. Every moment is the perfect moment. If you want to change your life, you must start now. Time isn't going to slow down for you, and the longer you wait, the further away your dreams will drift. This shift in thinking will give you clarity. You'll begin to recognize the things that drain your time and the things that fuel your growth. You will learn to say no to things that don't align with your goals and yes to the actions that move you forward. Every minute spent on what truly matters is an investment in your future. And with each investment, you get closer to the life you want. Time is your ally if you choose to use it wisely. It's your most powerful tool, and how you wield it determines your success. The longer you wait, the longer you delay the life you deserve. But when you take control of your time, you take control of your destiny. You stop being a passive observer of life and become the active creator of your future. Every step you take, no matter how small, adds up. And before you know it, the time you invested will pay off in ways you never thought possible. It's time to stop waiting. The life you want is waiting for you to take action. Your time is now. Use it wisely and watch your dreams become a reality. Every single moment you waste on distractions pulls you further away from the person you are meant to become. But there's a secret most people don't realize. Your true power lies in the present. The past is gone, the future is uncertain, and the only thing you have control over is right now. The moment you fully embrace the power of the present, everything changes. You stop living on autopilot, just going through the motions, and you start living with intention. You begin to realize that every action you take, no matter how small, matters. How small matters. When you focus on the present, you stop worrying about what has already happened or what might happen tomorrow. The constant stress of past mistakes or future uncertainties fades away. You stop overthinking and start acting. The truth is, the longer you put off taking action, the longer your dreams stay out of reach. Every second you waste in regret or fear is a second you'll never get back. But when you focus on the present, you unlock your ability to take massive action right now. Go. This shift in focus will transform your life. You stop living in the what ifs and start living in the what is. You begin to understand that the only way to change your life is to take consistent action in the here and now. No more waiting for the perfect time. No more hoping for things to magically fall into place. The time to act is always now. Being present means fully engaging in every moment, whether it's in your work, your relationships, or your personal growth. You stop letting your mind wander, trapped in the past or the future, and start focusing on what you can do today to move forward. Every day becomes an opportunity to take action, to make progress, and to create the life you want. You begin to realize that your power isn't in what's coming next or what's already gone. It's in what you're doing right now. You have the ability to shape your future with every present moment. When you stop living in the past or waiting for the future, you realize just how much control you have. The present is your playground, your opportunity to create change. And when you start acting from this place of presence, you'll begin to see results faster than you ever imagined. The key to success isn't in waiting for the right time. It's in making every moment the right time. You begin to appreciate the value of each minute. You realize that every decision, every choice, every step you take today has the power to change your life forever. You stop letting time slip away, and you start using it to your advantage. Every action you take, no matter how small, builds momentum. It brings you closer to your goals. It brings you closer to becoming the person you're meant to be. The present is where your power lies. It's where your dreams can be realized, where your potential can be unlocked. So stop waiting, stop procrastinating, and start acting now. Every moment is a chance to change your life. And the more you embrace the present, the closer you'll get to the future you've always dreamed of. You've started taking action, you've embraced the present, but now you must understand the most important truth. The path to success is never a straight line. Life isn't designed to be easy. If it were, everyone would achieve their dreams effortlessly, and that's simply not the case. The reality is, success requires one key quality: resilience. It's the ability to face challenges head-on, to keep going when the road gets tough, to rise every time you fall. The most successful people in the world are not those who avoid failure. They are the ones who refuse to give up. When you start seeing challenges as opportunities, you unlock a power that few ever tap into. Every setback you face is a lesson, a gift disguised as difficulty. The real growth happens when you face adversity and decide that you won't let it define you. Instead, you let it fuel you. You rise from every defeat stronger, wiser, and more determined. It is through adversity that your true character is built. The obstacles that once seemed impossible to overcome become the very things that propel you forward. Resilience isn't about being immune to pain or hardship. It's about choosing to keep moving forward despite them. It's about understanding that every no, every failure, every rejection is simply part of the process. The most successful people are not the ones who never fail. They are the ones who keep getting up. Every time you face a challenge, you have a choice. You can let it break you, or you can use it as fuel to move forward. And if you choose to move forward, nothing can stop you. The difference between those who make it and those who don't is their ability to keep going. Their ability to keep going. It's about refusing to stay down when life knocks you down. It's about recognizing that every difficulty is just a detour, not a dead end. Resilience is your secret weapon, your internal strength that keeps you in the game, no matter how tough it gets. You don't have to have everything figured out. You don't need a perfect plan. What you need is the willingness to keep moving forward, one step at a time, no matter how many obstacles stand in your way. Every failure you face, every challenge you encounter is an opportunity to prove to yourself how badly you want it. The pain, the struggle, the uncertainty, all of it is temporary. What lasts is your decision to persist. And with each step, no matter how small, you get closer to your goals. You become stronger. You become more resilient. You begin to understand that success isn't about avoiding failure. It's about learning from it and using it to drive you forward. When you embrace resilience, you stop being a victim of your circumstances. You become the creator of your own future. You begin to see challenges not as barriers, but as stepping stones on the path to your dreams. And as you keep moving forward, you'll realize that the only limits that exist are the ones you place on yourself. The power to overcome anything is already within you. You just have to decide to keep going. You now have the resilience to keep moving forward, no matter what. But there's one final piece to the puzzle that will ensure your success: your mindset. The way you think shapes the way you act, and the way you act shapes the life you live. If you want to truly transform your life, you must stop thinking in terms of limitations and start thinking in terms of possibilities. It's time to shift from a fixed mindset to a growth mindset. This one shift changes everything. It gives you the power to evolve, to learn, and to continually improve. A growth mindset doesn't just allow you to believe that you can grow, it demands that you embrace the idea that you must grow. It pushes you to seek out challenges, to step outside your comfort zone, and to view failure not as a setback, but as a step forward. People with a fixed mindset are content with where they are. They avoid challenges because they fear failure, and they see their abilities as set in stone. But you are not those people. You are someone who understands that growth is a process, and that process comes with challenges, mistakes, and lessons learned along the way. When you adopt a growth mindset, you stop seeing obstacles as roadblocks and start seeing them as opportunities for development. You stop letting your past define your future. Instead, you focus on what you can learn from every experience, knowing that each moment is a chance to improve. With this mindset, you no longer feel discouraged when things don't go as planned. You embrace those moments as the exact lessons you need to evolve into a better version of yourself. This mindset shift doesn't happen overnight, but every time you make the choice to believe that you can learn, you strengthen your ability to grow. You begin to see failure not as a reflection of your inability, but as proof that you are pushing yourself beyond your limits. The more you push, the more you will learn, and the more you will grow. And with each bit of growth, you get closer to the person you were always meant to be. When you choose to believe in the power of growth, you unlock unlimited potential within yourself. You stop waiting for the perfect circumstances because you realize that those circumstances are irrelevant. Quote, "What matters is your ability to adapt, to learn, and to persist, no matter what life throws at you. You take full ownership of your growth and development. You no longer let your circumstances dictate your path. Instead, you decide that your mindset, your determination, and your ability to evolve are what will define your future. The world is full of infinite possibilities, but they only open up to you once you start believing that you can achieve them." A growth mindset doesn't just change how you approach challenges, it changes how you approach life itself. It's the key to unlocking a future full of opportunity, success, and fulfillment. So embrace it. Choose to grow, because once you do, nothing can stand in your way. You've embraced growth, you've built resilience, and now it's time to realize the final truth that will elevate your life beyond anything you ever imagined. Your environment shapes who you are. So, the people you surround yourself with, the places you spend your time, and the energy you allow into your life all have a profound impact on your mindset and your success. If you want to transform your life, you must choose your environment carefully. You must intentionally align yourself with those who inspire, challenge, and support you, rather than those who drag you down or reinforce your doubts. The power of a supportive environment cannot be overstated. When you are around people who believe in you, who challenge you to be better, and who celebrate your wins as much as their own, you begin to rise to a higher level. Your growth accelerates because you are constantly exposed to positive influences, new ideas, and an energy that drives you forward. These are the people who push you to take risks, to step outside your comfort zone, and to take actions that move you closer to your goals. They make you feel capable, empowered, and ready to take on anything. On the flip side, when you are surrounded by negativity, doubt, and people who hold you back, it becomes nearly impossible to thrive. The wrong environment keeps you stuck. It fills your mind with fear and uncertainty, making you second-guess yourself and your abilities. It's like trying to run a race with chains around your ankles. If you want to succeed, you need to break free from anything or anyone that doesn't support your growth. This means distancing yourself from toxic relationships, limiting exposure to negativity, and making a conscious effort to seek out those who uplift and challenge you. Understand that the environment you put yourself in doesn't just affect your immediate actions. It shapes your entire mindset. If you constantly surround yourself with people who settle for mediocrity, you will begin to do the same. But when you surround yourself with high achievers, dreamers, and doers, you'll begin to mirror that behavior. Success becomes contagious. So, seek out those who inspire you, those who challenge you, and those who push you to be the best version of yourself. And most importantly, be that person for others as well. By curating the right environment, you create the conditions for your own success. You stop allowing external negativity to infiltrate your mind and distract you from your goals. You begin to realize that the environment you choose to live in is just as important as the actions you take. It's the soil that nourishes your dreams, the air that fuels your motivation, and the people who light the way when your path gets dim. You have the power to choose your environment, and by doing so, you take full control of your future. Surround yourself with those who believe in you, who encourage you, and who are willing to push you to be your best. And as you do, you will find that the world begins to open up in ways you never thought possible. You are not limited by your environment. You are shaped by it. Choose wisely and watch yourself soar. The life you desire is within reach, but it's not going to be handed to you. It's not going to appear magically because you wish for it. You must be the one to take action, the one to step up and claim what's yours. And that begins with a simple yet powerful truth. You are the one responsible for creating your own success, no one else. It's easy to sit back and wait for opportunities to come knocking. It's easy to blame external factors, your circumstances, your past, the world around you, but that doesn't change anything. The real power comes when you stop waiting and start doing. The moment you take full responsibility for your life, everything changes. This shift is the key to unlocking your true potential. It's about understanding that no one but you has control over your future. You can't wait for permission. You can't wait for things to get easier. You can't wait for someone else to give you the green light. The world is full of people waiting for the right moment, but the truth is, there will never be a perfect time. The only time that matters is now. But when you take full responsibility for your life, you stop making excuses. You stop blaming others for your situation, and you stop waiting for things to fall into place. You accept that your success depends on your actions, not on luck, fate, or external circumstances. When you own your decisions, your actions, and your outcomes, you step into your true power. You step into your true power. You stop being passive and become active, intentional, and unstoppable. The world doesn't dictate your success. You do. Taking responsibility is not about being perfect. It's not about avoiding mistakes. It's about showing up day after day and choosing to take control of your destiny. Hans, it's about accepting that you have the power to create the life you want, and that power lies in every choice you make. It's in how you respond to challenges, how you push through adversity, and how you keep moving forward even when it's tough. This shift in mindset frees you from the trap of victimhood. You stop waiting for things to happen to you, and you start making things happen. No more blaming the world. No more wondering why you haven't succeeded yet. You begin to see that your past does not define you. Your present is where your power lies, and you get to decide what happens next. Every decision you make today shapes your tomorrow. The moment you take full responsibility, you shift from being a bystander in your life to being the creator of it. You begin to understand that every action you take matters. Every small step forward compounds, and every decision you make either brings you closer to your goal or moves you further away from it. Ever away. The key to success isn't about waiting for the perfect opportunity. It's about creating the opportunities, one decision at a time. You are in charge of your future. Own that power. Take responsibility and watch how your life transforms as you begin to make the choices that align with the future you want. The life you dream of isn't a fantasy, it's waiting for you to claim it. And the moment you decide to take responsibility, you unlock everything you need to bring it to life.